Good evening, everybody. So, when you started your YouTube journey, did you often wonder what it was going to look like? Did you dream about what you wanted to accomplish? Or did you stumble upon it and it just started happening naturally? Well, I am going to tell you a little bit about my journey. My name's Allison, and this is my life after 55. And I welcome everyone here. If you're new to my channel, I hope you enjoy it because it has many different things, as you're about to learn. And if you're one of my returning family members, tribe, I welcome you back. I'm going to try to make this short because who wants to listen to me ramble? But anyways, about 10 years ago, I actually opened my YouTube channel per se, and I thought for sure I was going to do crafts. I wanted to be a YouTuber who created things and showed people how to do things, and that's what I set out to do. And I had a couple stumbling blocks because I didn't have anybody to teach me anything, and that was 10 years ago, and YouTube wasn't, where we are today. So that was my intention. And just over a year ago, I started getting serious about YouTube, and for many reasons, not just for crafting. That was actually not even on the top of my list at this point. I like doing vlogs. I do things, I'm a person who lives with Parkinson's, and I have a family and 3 grown daughters and a couple grandchildren. And I found myself just over a year ago getting back to YouTube. And I knew it wasn't going to be my crafting like I thought. And as you can see in the background, I went whole hog on crafting. Like, I didn't just do, I'm just gonna paint a little bit and do some clay work, because that's what I wanted to do, was clay and beads and jewelry and Cricut and everything. I signed up for every Cricut class, I joined every club, and I was like, I'm gonna start making these things. I'm gonna start selling these things. And I actually got a booth for my crafts, and it wasn't where I am now. It was at a boutique, and I was trying to sell my crafts, and I wasn't being very successful at it. And I picked up YouTube and I started watching people, and I realized I don't have to just do crafts. I have life happening, and being newly diagnosed with Parkinson's, that is challenging and emotional in itself. So I talk a little bit about that. And then I got into antiquing because I wanted to sell all these Longaberger baskets that I had. So I was going to sell them all. And I got a booth in an antique mall, and they said, sure, sell your crafts too. And while I was there growing my business, I realized how much I loved antiques, how much I loved the history behind products, things that we find out in the wild. It reminds us of our childhood. It reminds us of our grandparents. And I started collecting. And the more I got into it, the bigger my booth got. And what I realized was all this stuff behind me, I haven't crafted in forever. I've got 2 Cricut machines. I had 3, I got rid of 1. I have 2 Cricut machines. I've got a sublimation printer. I can print on anything. I have so much stock to do. And over the last few weeks, I've been getting really antsy because I have this hanging over my head, this craft room hanging over my head. And I keep thinking, I'm just going to get rid of it and just keep like my printer stuff where I can, make shirts and pins and hats. But then I start looking at all the stuff that I've invested, and I did sell all of my resin supplies I just kept my UV resin so I can make some jewelry. But I found I'm not even making the jewelry right now. And my friend Rosani on YouTube, she does paper mache. I don't say it like she does. She says it much more elegantly than I do. But I made a comment on her video yesterday because I said, you know, you've inspired me to craft again. So I told my husband after I got off work yesterday that I was going to spend the day crafting. And I didn't know what I was going to craft. I like to paint, not pictures, but paint things. And I like to use, you know, clay, and I just do a whole bunch of stuff. Well, I got up to my craft room and I started I had to put things away. I've just been dumping things up here, even though I cleaned it. It's still organized. It just wasn't clean. So I found a bunch of stuff that I wanted to put in my booth. I found all these pins and things that I had purchased, and I'm like, okay, I'm still not going to do my antiquing today. I am going to craft. And I found a craft I wanted to do, and I had everything that I needed, but I had to order 2 little things from Amazon. And when they came in yesterday, I ordered miniatures, but like this big. And my shadow box is an 8x10. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go over to Michael's and see if I can get these miniature people. Don't let a crafter go into Michael's by herself, okay? That's all I'm saying. And my friend Evie at Evie's Eden knows, because I was texting her, showing her all the sales on painting and watercolors and all the brushes that were on sale. And you have to check her channel out because she is an awesome artist. But I spent an hour and a half in Michael's. Yes, I did look for the miniature people, which they did not have. But the guy goes, but the shadow boxes are buy one, get one free. So I thought, okay, I'll get a smaller shadow box and I can use the people. Because I had the clay to make the picture frames, and you don't know what project I'm talking about yet, but it's really cool. And when I got home to use my clay and I was going to paint the picture frames that I need are way too big for my box. So now I have to go back and order some larger size miniature people for this project. But I was getting discouraged because I told Rosani I'm going to craft tomorrow. And I was going to try her paper mache, but I decided I'm not going to try something new. I'm going to do what I already know because I don't want to get frustrated. But I was getting frustrated because the supplies I have, which is everything, hello, and that's only behind me. You don't know what's in front of me. So I wanted to use what I have. And while I was at Michael's getting miniature people that they didn't have, I ended up spending $70. Yep, $70 on more crafts that I've been contemplating getting rid of. So I sat down, I bought this. It was something you paint. It's ceramic, and it's a candlelight holder for a candlestick. And so it was just white. And so I spent the majority of the day painting and using different colors. And then I put a little glitter on some of them. And then I'm like, I don't like seeing all that white in the middle, and it looked like the flowers were messy. So I put some greenery in it. And then I thought, oh, wouldn't it be fun to add a little ladybug? See, I have all these supplies, all these little trinkety things, right? Then I'm like, okay, what do you do with this? Like, it might be cute, but really, what am I going to do with it? So I thought, I'll put it on a plate from a teacup I broke the teacup. So I thought this would be really cool, but it still looks like a birthday cake or something. I don't know. It's not what I was expecting. So then I go and I take this out of my stash, and it was a planter, and I have painted it twice already, 3 times, trying to get an effect on here, gold effect, and it's just not turning out the way I wanted it to. And I thought, okay, I'll put my candle holder on this pillar and then have the candle sticking up. I'm just not feeling the vibe, guys. It's just not happening. I spent all this time doing that. And the only thing I'm really happy about is that I tried to let my imagination go and create. And I got all these great ideas. None of them were working out. And I was at a loss. I thought all I really wanted to do years ago was craft. And I have everything to craft. And today I sat down and I'm like, this is not working out. I keep going back to my antiques because I found all these pins that I need to price and label, and my mind just started running. So I had to make my list, my brain dump list that I've talked about before. And I basically cleaned up around me. I decided to stop on this project because no base or anything is going to look normal on this. And I said, you know what? I have to make a video because I haven't done that in a while, and I like to make videos. I usually have a topic for my video, but today's topic is basically don't let a crafter or a wannabe crafter alone in a Michael's for any amount of time if you want to save on your bills. I don't regret getting what I got because most of what I did get was all discounted. It was all like in their sale items, their discount or their last call items or whatever. But my mom came for dinner. I feel like squirrel, there I go. But mom came over for dinner, and my husband was so kind because on Saturdays after I work all day, he usually makes dinner for me. And this time I said, let's go to the casino. I had a couple extra dollars that I didn't spend on antiques this week. And so, I'm the big spender if I go with $50, I gave my daughter $20 and she went with her father, and he just walks. He doesn't gamble. So he just walks around. It's like 2 miles one way. So you do laps around this casino. It's the world's largest casino, WinStar. And I sat down at a few machines, and I wasn't content there either. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. So I text him and my daughter, and I said, hey, let's go home. And they're like, wow, this is a quick night for mom. And I cash in I did come home with some money, so I did not come home broke. But my daughter shows me a picture of what happened when she put her $20 in. She hit $200, $199 in some sense. I was so excited for her. I really am. And at least one of us won, right? But I said to my husband, I'm going to craft tomorrow. I am going to craft. I am not going to take stuff up to the store. I am not going to try to clean up my inventory that's in the living room. And then I realized I had to go to Michael's. And that just took me off the rails. I know that I want to do crafting. I also want to be support to people who are going through health struggles, whether it's like mine or they have similar health struggles. And that's where I find my strength, is here with my friends on YouTube. And I've been blessed to meet quite a few of them in person, and it has been really my true joy. So antiquing, which you see a lot on my channel, and my friends, and a little bit of crafting, and a little bit about daily struggles. And I don't know. I'm just going on and on and on. But it was a day to reflect. I had a day upstairs in my craft room all alone. I listened to a book, an audio book, and had a candle going and cleaned up. So it doesn't look clean because there's so much behind me, but it's all cleaned up and I can sit at my tabletop here and work. And my mom came over for dinner. And my husband made it, and he cleaned up yesterday, vacuumed and did the floors while I was gone. So he gets a lot of brownie points. And my mom started telling some family stories, so I got my camera out. And it was fun. I get my camera out a lot. I did it with my aunt and uncle. I did it with my brother and my sister-in-law, because I noticed that I'm having cognitive decline is one of my issues, and it scares me. I've talked about that before on my channel. And then my mom and I trying to figure things out was kind of funny, because my daughter's like, well, who's related to who? And she wanted the stories, and that's why I got my camera out. And so that's just nothing I'm going to post. It's mostly like my channel. It's for my family to see me doing different things in my life, things that bring me joy, stories that I have that someday I won't be able to tell. If my journey is like other people's journeys and your memory goes or physical things go, but my YouTube channel is kind of a vlog of everything. And I just wanted to share on this Sunday night that I got to spend time in my craft room, and my husband and my daughter let me have that time, and I feel so blessed. I did not watch YouTube's because I really just wanted kind of alone time. Now I have a million channels that I want to catch up on, and I will. But I just wanted to check in with you guys and let you know, don't let this old lady into Michael's, because it causes problems. It causes problems. I'm working on getting my closet video up, because I did clean out the closet. It is still very clean and organized. So I will get that up soon. Editing is a challenge for me, but I'm working on it. But yeah, I just wanted to check in with you on this Sunday evening and let you know I'm thinking about you, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And think about where your YouTube journey started and where it's been going along the way. And where do you picture yourself? Like, when are you going to be the next Mr. Beast? Wait, I've got over 500 subscribers, Mr. Beast. I'm following your shirt tails, right? Anyways, we have to have humor about something. But I want to say goodnight, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. For those of us in the U.S., it's Memorial Day weekend, and I'll probably be going to the cemetery tomorrow, the National Cemetery, to visit my father's gravesite, as he was a Marine and served our country. And I think we're just going to have a laid-back day tomorrow. But until later, I hope you're doing great, and don't give up, because I'm not giving up, and you matter.